Hey everybody, Sister Fantastic here, and welcome to the how-to series. This is number 7, and so today we're going to talk about brows. It's been requested that I show you all some products that I love and that have worked for me, to give you some suggestions and also just some basic tips on how to do brows. And so I love to do brows. If I had to pick 3 products, for the day, and that's all I could use, one of them would definitely be brows. And so anyway, as you all know that have watched my channel, I usually use a lot of brow pencils and brow gels and brow pomades. I don't use a whole lot of shadows or powders, brow powders, and it's not because I don't like them. It's just, I don't know, they just never have really struck my fancy, I guess you could say. But I mean, there's nothing to stop you from doing it. I mean, you could use an eyeshadow, like one of these shadows in the Tartelette and Bloom palette, like this one right here. Or you could go with a warmer tone or a cooler tone, or you could mix, if you felt like one of them was too dark, and you could just use one of these angled brushes and just dip into the shadow and just you're just going to paint it on, just like you would a brow pencil or a brow pomade. So, but I'm not going to demonstrate the powder today. I just wanted to mention it because it is an option, and it may be one that you prefer. Okay, so let's talk about brows. Let's talk about how to actually get the brow ready for brow products. So grooming the brows is important. So you can just take a little spoolie and just comb through your brows. And if you have any ones that are like wild and woolly or way too long or whatever, you could just take a pair of grooming scissors and just go right up above where there's any long ones, and you could just trim those off. If you have lots of wild and woolly brows underneath the arch, you can just pluck 2 or 3 there. Don't over pluck, but you can get the wild and woolly ones out of the way. So once you have the brows brushed through and groomed, then you're ready to go in with product. Now, some people like to go in with gel first. I prefer to do the gel as a setting product, not as a laminating type way. But you could definitely use soap or gel, either one, if you like that laminated look. Okay, I have this pomade here from Refi, and it's down inside this little pot, but you could use any pomade you wanted. There's been several out there that I've really liked. One's from ColourPop, another one's from Anastasia Beverly Hills. I like the Benefit products really well. The main thing is that it has a good consistency where you can spread it through. So I'm going to use this one on this brow right here, just to kind of give you an idea. And this is pretty pigmented, so I'm just like brushing through the hair itself. I'm not really painting on my skin yet, because I want to distribute what's on the brush first, and then you just start out with a light hand and follow the natural line of your brows. Don't try to go outside the lines or inside the lines at this point. You're just like getting the product on the hairs themselves, and then any kind of definition that you want to do with that pomade can be done later on in the application process. So as this product right here does not have a spoolie, so I'm just going to use this other little spoolie, and then I like to just spread it through just to kind of even it out. And make sure that the product is evenly dispersed. And we just want to comb the product through the hairs. Okay, and so once you're satisfied with that, you know, then you can just don't dip back into the product, but just take what's left on the brush and you're just gonna like do a line right up underneath where the brow sits. So this bottom part here, starting in the front, and just lightly go through, and we're just defining the shape of the brow, and we're actually applying the product not just to the hairs but to the skin as well. Okay, just to add a little more definition. And then right here in the front, you can use the tip, that pointed tip, and you can just draw like some little hair-like strokes. Just to lightly define the front. The main thing you want to remember is to use the bulk of the product like from the back 2/3 of the brow and leave the front of the brow with a lighter application, just to, if you want a natural look. Now if you like that carved out look, go ahead and do a heavy application in the front. And then you can use concealer or whatever, you know, your eyeshadow base or whatever, to go up underneath there and, you know, carve that out. Okay, and then if you need an arch, if your arch is like poorly defined, you can go on the top, like right through the middle where the arch is, and you can define the arch. Okay, all right, so that is a great way to use pomade. And then of course you can set that with, you know, a brow gel. So let me show you how to do that. Y'all have to pardon this cough I have right now. The pollen count is so high here. Okay, so this is one from Benefit. It's called Gimme Brow, and it is a tinted gel. It's in the shade number 3. It's got this teeny little brush, and it is going to add a little bit of color to what I've already done. And so just lightly, and it's going to set the brows as well. So just lightly go over what you've already done. And this little brush is going to help distribute the gel through your brow hairs. Just like that. And then if you want to, you know, use a little bit of eyeshadow primer, you can put that on your eyes, and or concealer, either one. I'm going to use this one here from True and Luscious Angel Eyes. It's just a little bit of eyeshadow primer, and you can take that on up, and you can use a brush and kind of get that carved out look, or you can just stick with your finger and just take it up to the brow line and get a softer definition, which is what I like to do. But if you wanted to use a brush, you definitely can. Just take one that's got like a tapered end, and you know, just take that product and go all the way up to the brow area. And if you really like that carved out look, you could take a little bit of product and go up, like concealer or whatever, and go above. And carve out the top part as well. And so that helps to define the brows there. Okay, now this product here is from the Brow Gal. It is in the shade medium brown. It is a pencil that you sharpen. It has a spoolie on the end of it. I love this product. It's probably one of my favorites, and I've been using it for a while now, and I just gravitate toward this kind of product because it does have the spoolie on the other end of it. And I just sharpened it, so I'm going to be really careful here, because when it's sharp, that's when it has a tendency to, you know, disperse the heaviest amount of product. When it gets down to where it's got a softer tip, then it just provides a softer application. Okay, and so the rule of thumb when applying brows is to measure from the side of your nose up to the inner part of your tear duct, and right above that is where you want the brow to start. And then if you measure from the tip of your nose through the middle of your iris, you know, where the pupil of your eye is, and you go up to that point, that's where the arch should be. And then from the tip of your nose out to the outer corner of your eye, you know, that's where the brow should end. So I'm going to go just a little bit further out here. Just like that. And just short little strokes, just really light. And again, the lightest amount of the product is going to be in the front. And you're going to make some strokes that are going to go like straight up right here in the front to look like natural hairs. Because you want a natural looking brow look. I mean, you don't want to look like you literally painted them on. I mean, that's what you're doing. You're painting, you're getting your brows on, but it's not like a stenciled look, you know. It's something really natural. So, and then just take the spoolie and just comb through them. And again, you can define underneath and just get up underneath there and just really draw that, you know, just really softly draw that line underneath. And then if you need to define the arch, just start like 1/3 of the way over and go up and over the arch. And then you can just fill in sparse areas from there. And then you want to set that with a little bit of gel if you want to. So just for conformity, just for being, you know, uniform here, I'm going to use this same gel. I love to use clear gels. There's one from Trace Loose that's a really good product that I really enjoy, and it holds my brows in place all day long. I love it. But I'm just going to use this gel here today just because I used it on the other side as well. And then if you have, the one thing about a tinted gel is that if you're not really wanting to be too fussy with your brows at all, and you just want to do something quick and easy, and you already have dark brows, and you don't really need to draw them on like I do, because mine are so blonde, then you could use a tinted, you know, eyebrow gel instead of any other of the eye products at all, and just settle down into you know, just that one product. And pump, it's a little bit dark, so I'm just going to brush through it again just to try and get them to look like sisters instead of next door neighbors. So anyway, this brow pencil is a little bit darker than that pomade, so I'm just going to just go over this just a little bit more to try and get them the same color if I can. because I am going to wear makeup today. I am going to wear these brows today. Okay, so that's just some basics there on brows. I hope it helps you guys. I think that your brows frame your face. I think that brows are like one of the most important things. You know, if you define your face, the frame of your face, and use a little, you know, concealer, you know, or some eyeshadow primer, which let me go ahead and do this eye while I'm talking. You know, then you've got a good foundation laid on the eyes, you know, to get ready for eyeshadow, mascara, you know, and all those things. So if you're the kind of person that doesn't really wear a lot of makeup, you know, I feel like this is, you know, if you don't have any brows like I do, or really blonde brows or sparse brows, or you might be a victim of over plucking, you know, you overplucked. When there was a trend many years ago where thin eyebrows were all the rage, and so everybody, you know, overplucked their eyebrows, and so a lot of people wound up with hardly any, because some of them don't grow back. So just be careful when you are plucking not to, you know, overpluck. See? And so from here, I mean, you could just do a simple one and done eyeshadow look, throw on some mascara and do a lippy and call it a day. If you're the kind of person that just wants something minimalistic, you know, or you just have one of those days where it's a hot summer day and you just don't feel like wearing a whole lot of makeup, or you can go on and do a full glam routine. You know, it's up to you. So anyway, those are the basics in my opinion. I've got some I can list these products down in the description for you guys. If you have any questions, just let me know. Let me know if it helped you today. I hope I added value to your, you know, brow routine. And so, and remember, they don't have to be identical. This is one of the most important things. Call them sisters. They look alike, but they're not identical, because they don't even grow identical. I mean, very, very few people in this world have, you know, the same side of their two sides of their face are exactly alike. So don't worry about any of that. Just, you know, do your thing. You be you. You do you, boo. And just, you know, the main thing is to, you know, have them looking alike. All right, that's it for me today, you guys. God bless you today is my prayer. And me and Mr. Fantastic say thank you very much. See you next time. Bye.